Ever caught yourself debating whether to tame a raccoon into your personal pizza delivery partner or buy a vintage arcade machine purely to host midnight tournaments? Wild thought, I know, but stick around, because we're about to dive into something that might surprise you even more. When it comes to attraction, money tends to get all the spotlight. But what if I told you there are 3 things that can trump a massive bank account in the eyes of many women? That's where a little ancient wisdom steps in. Think Stoicism, an age-old philosophy that can reshape the way you carry yourself, handle emotions, and ultimately connect with others. In this video, we're peeling back the layers on why women secretly crave these Stoic traits more than any flashy display of wealth. It's not just about impressing people. It's about understanding the deeper, more meaningful elements that foster genuine respect and admiration. So, before you start calculating how many zeros you need in your bank balance to be worth something, pause and consider an alternative approach. There's a subtle power that comes from composure, self-awareness, and focused intention, qualities that can't be bought with any amount of cash. Welcome to Masculine Stoic Mind, where we blend timeless Stoic principles with modern dating insights. If you're ready to see how 3 overlooked qualities can flip your entire perspective on attraction, buckle up. You might just discover a whole new way to level up your relationships. No raccoon whispering skills required. Let's jump in. The quiet strength of composure. Why poise speaks louder than wealth. Composure is often overlooked in a world that celebrates loud achievements and showy displays of success. Yet, it's the unshakable calm of someone who knows their own worth that can leave a more lasting impression than any amount of cash. When life throws curveballs, like a sudden shift in plans or an unexpected conflict, someone who remains poised commands respect and attention without uttering a single boast about their finances. Stoicism teaches us that true control lies in how we react, not in external factors. A composed individual can approach any scenario, be it a heated argument or a romantic setback, with level-headed logic. This steadiness is universally appealing. It radiates a kind of quiet confidence that money alone simply can't buy. It shows you understand what's within your power and what isn't, creating a sense of stability that others instinctively trust. Even in the realm of dating and relationships, having a cool demeanor often trumps flashing wealth. Rather than impressing someone with grand gestures of luxury, consider showing emotional intelligence and self-restraint. This doesn't mean becoming aloof or distant. It's about choosing a balanced response over impulsive reactions. In a heated moment, that split-second pause before responding can completely change the tone of a conversation. Wealth may grab initial attention, but it doesn't necessarily deepen admiration. Genuine respect grows when people sense you can handle challenges without falling apart or lashing out. Demonstrating grace under pressure reassures those around you that you'll remain reliable in the face of uncertainty. In many cases, this reliability forms a stronger bond than any financial offering could. Another element of composure is the ability to listen fully, even when you might disagree. In disagreements, a calm presence can dissolve tension far more effectively than demanding compliance. It signals that you're interested in a resolution, rather than scoring a personal victory. Stoic ideals of moderation and self-control guide us to view the bigger picture, rather than reacting based on fleeting emotions. In social circles, composure becomes a subtle yet powerful form of influence. People gravitate toward those who respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. This same principle applies to romantic settings. A calm disposition in unpredictable situations conveys depth of character and unwavering confidence. It suggests that you're not defined by your circumstances, but by the grace with which you handle them. Ultimately, poise speaks louder than wealth because it resonates on a deeper, more human level. Anyone can show off possessions, but not everyone can remain tranquil when life's storms roll in. It's that steady hand, grounded in Stoic wisdom, that fosters genuine attraction and meaningful respect. The next time you face a challenge, remember that your reaction says more about you than any bank statement ever will. Genuine self-confidence, standing firm without flaunting finances. When it comes to real, lasting attraction, self-confidence outshines any flashy display of wealth. It's the difference between needing external props to prove your worth and naturally radiating an inner assurance that speaks for itself. True confidence isn't about bragging rights. It's about quietly knowing what you bring to the table. A key principle in Stoicism is focusing on what you can control: your mindset, your actions, and your reactions. The more grounded you are in who you are, the less you'll feel compelled to overcompensate with your bank balance. If you believe that your value depends on showing off, you'll always be chasing the next lavish purchase or the next status move. Genuine confidence frees you from that endless cycle. In relationships, this authenticity makes a profound impact. People can sense when someone's self-worth relies on external validation, and it often sends up red flags. But when you stand firm in your abilities and character, others naturally gravitate toward that certainty. Instead of reaching for your wallet to impress, you captivate them with your perspective, humor, and genuine interest in who they are. Stoicism also teaches humility, which blends perfectly with true confidence. Being self-assured doesn't mean ignoring your flaws or lording your strengths over others. It means acknowledging that you're human, capable, yet ever learning. This balanced viewpoint attracts admiration far more than any boastful claim. After all, arrogance can be off-putting, but honest self-awareness is compelling. Moreover, genuine confidence influences how you handle setbacks. If an unexpected expense or a professional hiccup shakes your financial status, it won't rattle your sense of self. You understand that your worth isn't tied to temporary circumstances. This resilience is incredibly appealing, knowing you can bounce back from challenges without crumbling under the pressure of keeping up appearances. In practical terms, shifting focus away from flaunting money allows you to engage more meaningfully with the world around you. Conversations become less about "what can I buy next?" and more about "what can I learn? Who can I connect with?" This shift not only enriches your personal growth, but also makes you a more interesting person to be around. By cultivating genuine confidence instead of chasing superficial validation, you set the stage for deeper, more authentic connections. Your security in who you are translates into a steady foundation, one that can withstand the tests of time, change, and even the unexpected. It's that quiet, steadfast assurance that truly resonates with people and leaves a lasting impression. Emotional resilience, transforming chaos into calm through Stoicism. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from life's inevitable storms, disappointments, setbacks, and unexpected twists without letting them define you. While material wealth may buffer some problems, it can't fully shield you from the roller coaster of human emotions. Stoicism offers a blueprint for building that inner strength, allowing you to remain steady no matter what hits. At the heart of Stoicism is the principle of distinguishing what you can control, your thoughts and actions, from what you cannot. This distinction frees you from pouring energy into external factors you can't change. Instead, you channel that focus inward, cultivating a calm, intentional response. In the context of dating or relationships, this grounded energy is highly magnetic. People sense they can rely on you emotionally when times get tough. Unlike fleeting confidence that wavers with every inconvenience, emotional resilience remains steadfast. If a plan falls through or a sudden conflict arises, someone with this quality can keep their cool and work toward a solution. Rather than erupting in anger or withdrawing in defeat, they turn their attention to what's constructive. This level-headed response often stands out more than any grand financial gesture could. Another facet of emotional resilience is the willingness to learn from adversity. Stoicism encourages viewing difficulties as chances to practice patience, self-control, and empathy. Instead of seeing hardship as an obstacle, you learn to see it as an opportunity. Such an outlook doesn't just benefit you, it reassures those around you that you can navigate challenges calmly, making you a more attractive partner or friend. Building emotional resilience also involves taking care of your mental and physical well-being. Exercise, mindfulness, or simply engaging in hobbies you enjoy can strengthen your capacity to handle stress. A Stoic approach acknowledges that you need to maintain your internal resources so you won't be easily derailed by life's demands. It's not about eliminating emotion, it's about managing it in a healthy, proactive way. Resilience becomes even more crucial when financial gains or social status can fluctuate. Money may come and go, but your capacity to remain composed and proactive under pressure can carry you through life's highs and lows. This skill attracts genuine interest and respect because it shows depth of character rather than a reliance on superficial assets. Ultimately, emotional resilience through Stoicism isn't just about toughing it out. It's about recognizing that challenges can refine you, not break you. By grounding yourself in principles that nurture inner calm, you reveal a strength far more compelling than any bank balance. And when it comes to genuine connection and admiration, that inner fortitude speaks volumes. Purpose-driven living, turning simple habits into magnetic qualities. Living with purpose means that your actions and decisions stem from clear intentions rather than random impulses or external pressures. Rather than measuring your worth by your income, you define yourself by what drives you, your personal mission, core values, and long-term goals. When you live according to your own guiding principles, you radiate an authenticity that wealth alone can't replicate. One of the cornerstones of Stoicism is understanding that a meaningful life isn't merely about accumulating possessions or status. It's about aligning your actions with virtue and reason. This alignment gives your day-to-day habits a magnetic pull. Whether it's staying consistent with your workout, reading to expand your mind, or practicing gratitude, these simple habits transform into hallmarks of someone who knows what they're about. This sense of direction naturally attracts people who appreciate authenticity. Rather than being swayed by fleeting trends or social expectations, you stand firm in your convictions. When you communicate, your words carry weight because they come from a place of genuine resolve. In relationships, romantic or otherwise, this clarity fosters deeper connections built on mutual respect and understanding. Purpose-driven living also refines how you handle obstacles. Because you know why you're pursuing certain goals, setbacks become lessons instead of deterrents. This resilience isn't powered by money. It's fueled by a commitment to something bigger than yourself. People sense that unwavering dedication, and it often encourages them to reflect on their own purpose. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes focusing on the process rather than the outcome. If your main aim is to grow and contribute, you're less likely to become obsessed with superficial measures of success. That outlook keeps you grounded, even when results take time or appear uncertain. And in the eyes of others, your steady, unwavering nature can be incredibly appealing. The beauty of a purpose-driven life is that it invites continuous self-improvement. There's always something new to learn or refine, and you're motivated to do so because it aligns with who you aspire to be. This ongoing growth adds layers to your character, making interactions with you more meaningful. No flashy bank account needed. Ultimately, living with purpose goes beyond fleeting interests or external validation. It rests on the foundation of knowing who you are and what genuinely matters to you. When that clarity guides your choices, you create a life path that not only fulfills you personally, but also draws in people who resonate with your authentic drive. Authentic communication. Building real connections beyond the bank account. Authentic communication starts with the willingness to be genuinely present, listening more than you speak, and responding with genuine curiosity. Instead of recycling generic lines or showing off your resources, you zero in on what truly matters: shared interests, honest dialogue, and mutual respect. This approach goes beyond impressing someone for a moment. It lays the groundwork for a bond that can grow over time. A key principle in Stoicism is understanding the value of words. When you communicate deliberately and with honesty, your speech holds more weight. You become someone whose insights others seek out, not because you have money, but because you have something meaningful to contribute. By taking the time to think through your responses, you also avoid the pitfalls of impulsive or shallow remarks. Listening is often the unsung hero of authentic communication. People pick up on whether you're genuinely engaged or just waiting for your turn to talk. This attentiveness signals respect and shows that you value the other person's perspective, far more appealing than any attempt at grandeur through material possessions. It's a rare quality that stands out in a world where many conversations end up feeling rushed or one-sided. Stoicism also teaches the importance of empathy, stepping outside your own experience to consider another's viewpoint. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything someone says, but it does mean making an effort to understand their world. When you demonstrate empathy, you create a space where people feel comfortable sharing, and that trust can develop into deeper connection. The goal isn't to be the loudest voice in the room, but to cultivate a genuine rapport. Authentic communication means you're not looking to dominate the discussion. You're looking to exchange ideas in a way that benefits everyone involved. This collaborative energy often becomes more memorable and impactful than trying to steer the conversation toward your own accolades or achievements. Another element of authentic communication is consistency between your words and actions. If you preach honesty and humility, your day-to-day behavior should align with those ideals. This integrity builds trust far more effectively than any flashy display of status. People notice when your deeds back up your claims, and that reliability can leave a lasting impression. Ultimately, meaningful interactions transcend wealth or social standing. Authentic communication is a powerful equalizer. It cuts through surface-level differences and zeroes in on what truly unites us: our thoughts, feelings, and experiences. By focusing on respect, empathy, and substance, you create a channel for connection that can outshine the allure of any bank balance. Self-respect versus ego, striking a Stoic balance that attracts and inspires. Self-respect differs from ego in that it's rooted in self-awareness rather than self-aggrandizement. Where ego tries to inflate one's sense of worth, often by flaunting wealth or accomplishments, self-respect remains quietly assured, grounded in personal values and principles. It's this quieter, more focused confidence that draws people in, while excessive ego has the opposite effect. Stoicism encourages looking inward to understand both your strengths and weaknesses. When you know yourself well, there's less need to seek external approval or validation. This makes self-respect far more resilient than ego. If you build an identity around your bank account, one financial slump can rattle your entire self-image. But if your sense of worth comes from living ethically and intentionally, you can weather setbacks without losing faith in who you are. Practicing self-respect also involves setting healthy boundaries, not just for others, but for yourself. If you find that you're seeking attention in ways that clash with your core values, you pause and reassess. Stoic discipline reminds you to act in alignment with your ideals, not just your impulses. This restraint conveys a level of personal integrity that's incredibly appealing, whether in friendships, dating, or professional settings. On the other hand, ego-driven behavior often backfires by pushing people away. When your actions stem from a need to prove superiority, conversations become tense and relationships can feel performative. True self-respect doesn't need a stage or applause. It stands on its own. In the long run, it's more magnetic because it's genuine, sustainable, and not dependent on momentary boosts of praise. Balancing self-respect and humility is key. Recognizing your worth doesn't mean ignoring your flaws or refusing to learn. A Stoic mindset embraces continuous growth, viewing mistakes as opportunities rather than threats to your self-esteem. This fosters an attractive blend of confidence and humility, rare qualities that resonate deeply with those seeking authentic connections. Moreover, self-respect translates into respect for others. When you're secure in yourself, you don't need to tear people down to feel important. Instead, you uplift and support them, showing that there's enough room for everyone to succeed. This inclusivity often forms a solid foundation for stronger, healthier bonds that aren't contingent on one party's financial status or ego trip. In essence, keeping your ego in check while nurturing genuine self-respect sets you apart in a world that can sometimes reward loud, showy behavior. By grounding your identity in self-awareness and principled living, you cultivate an inner confidence that transcends monetary worth. It's that balance, both stoic and authentic, that truly inspires and endears you to others. So, there you have it. 6 perspectives showing why money isn't the sole key to lasting attraction. Far from it. Women often notice the quieter, more meaningful qualities that signal true character and emotional strength. When you lean on composure, genuine confidence, emotional resilience, purpose-driven actions, authentic communication, and balanced self-respect, you create a vibe that can't be bought. But before you click away, I've got one last question. If you could only pick one, would you rather teach a gecko to serenade you with love songs or master the art of glowing in the dark during midnight hikes? Yes, it's random, but life's better with a little randomness, don't you think? If you found this breakdown helpful, drop a like and let me know in the comments. And if you're curious for more insights on navigating modern dating with an ancient Stoic twist, don't forget to subscribe to Masculine Stoic Mind, your journey to a richer, more purposeful life, and maybe a gecko-based choir could be just one click away. Stay curious, stay composed, and I'll catch you in the next one.